Good morning, Gabriele. Yari. Gabriele the first, Yari the second. Golden, golden medal to Gabriele and silver medal to Yari. Sandra the third. And then we have Margherita, and then Francesca, and then Dario. Good morning. Good morning, Gaia. Good morning, Georgia. Hi, Eduardo. Hi, Arianna. I forgot the song today for this second English lesson on Peirce. An English song of Bob Dylan, Blowing the Wind. According to me, a philosophical song. The most philosophical song of, I think, of Bob Dylan, Blowing the Wind. So, hi Roberta, hi Margherita, hi Silvia, hi Lorenzo, good morning, Chiara, good morning, Daniele, good morning, Beatrice, good morning, Eduardo, good morning. Me what? Not for you what? What isn't for you? Adesso siamo passati a un'altra canzone. No questions. Okay. Well, so we can go on with this second pajama lesson about Peirce's philosophy, Peirce's pragmatism, you know. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, we can go on. So, on the basis of what we good morning, Chiara, on the basis of what we have seen last time, today we can see we can examine how Peirce considers and explains the origin and the characteristics of knowledge, namely of scientific knowledge. In other words, Peirce's conception of good morning, Sarah, of the knowledge as a process. Listen to me, if you can. In Peirce's view, the source of knowledge the source of knowledge process is a stimulus, arising from experience, from our experience, i.e., that is, i.e., id est, from our practical relation with the external reality, with the ambient in which we live. Very simple. I repeat, in Peirce's view, the source of knowledge process is a stimulus arising from experience, i.e. from our practical relation with the external reality, with the ambient in which we live, in which we are. This stimulus is characterized by Peirce as a surprise. It is a surprise, but also as a bother, and even as a damage. Having these characteristics, the stimulus, that stimulus or this stimulus produces a doubt, in our mind, of course, associated, this doubt is associated to a negative feeling, linked to a negative feeling, a bad feeling. So, can you repeat the three characteristics? Allora, yes, I can. This stimulus is characterized by Peirce as a surprise. First, a surprise. Secondly, also a bother. And thirdly, sometimes a damage. D-A-M-A-G-E. A damage. Okay? Good, Yari. Yari, ask me all you want, all you need. The second, bother means fastidio. B-O-T-H-E-R, bother. B-O-T-H-E-R. So, surprise, bother means fastidio, damage, danno, un danno. Having these characteristics, I didn't understand if the stimulus is surprise, bother, and damage at the same time. Allora, good, thank you very much, Silvia. This stimulus that arises the knowledge process is always a surprise, because we are not prepared to it. Always surprise, but it may be a good surprise or a bad surprise, so it may be a bother, something that bother you. Then we will see an example, or the surprise, in this sense, the surprise may be or a bother, either a bother or also even a damage. So always a surprise, sometimes only a bother, sometimes even a damage. Okay? You got it? Sylvia, you got it? I am waiting for your answer. Yes, thank you very much to you. With this, thank you. With these characteristics, the stimulus produces a doubt in our mind, associated to a bad feeling. Our reaction to this stimulus is a doubt, a mental doubt linked to a bad feeling. For this bad sensation, doubt in turn means a sua volta, doubt in turn causes our mental reaction. For this bad sensation, doubt in turn causes our mental reaction. This reaction consists in an inquiry. So the word inquiry in American English is inquiry. In English is inquiry. You can choose the pronunciation you prefer. So this reaction consists in an inquiry that ends when we find a new belief, i.e., an idea we trust, and that we trust because we believe it is a solution for our doubt, and so a means to eliminate our bad feeling. I repeat, this reaction consists in an inquiry that ends when we find a new belief, an useful belief, i.e., an idea we trust, and that we trust because it eliminates our bad feeling. You got it? So, I go on. For trusting this idea, we feel calm, we feel quiet, and thanks to calm, we can act in a functional way and solve the problem we have. I repeat, why this possible belief can eliminate my bad feeling? Because trusting this belief, this idea, we feel calm, we feel quiet, and thanks to this calm, we can act in a functional, useful way and solve the problem we have. Now I make to you an example. I make an example. So IG, no? Exempli gratia. For example, for instance, do you remember IG? For instance, you are trying to power on the computer to write a mail. Simple, isn't it? Very simple. You are trying to power on a computer to write a mail to someone. You press the computer button, but the computer doesn't power on. You feel surprised, and in this case, bothered. No, bothered. This bad feeling arouses a doubt, i.e. a question. Why doesn't the computer work? Why doesn't the computer work? So, I repeat, you are trying to power on the computer to write a mail. You press the computer button, but the computer doesn't power on. You feel surprised and also bothered. This bad feeling arouses a doubt, i.e. a question. Why doesn't this computer work? This damned computer work? So you begin to do a mental inquiry, and so you can arrive to the conclusion that someone has unplugged the computer. So, well, good, you got it. No? We make to ourselves a question: why doesn't the computer work? No, the answer: you begin to do a mental inquiry, and so you can arrive to the conclusion that someone has unplugged the computer. Simple. It's a banality. So you begin to do a. So this is the belief. This is the belief you need to feel calm. Someone has. Someone must have unplugged the computer. This is your new belief about this question. This is the belief you need to feel calm. In this way, you can pass to the action. Looking at the computer cable and at the wall socket. Do you know what is a wall socket? Means la presa, means la presa sul muro. Sonia, what doesn't go? What isn't going well? What no? The socket, the wall socket. So the cable, you know, the wall socket means la presa sul muro. Okay, thank you very much. Sunny. Bene. The wall socket, ok. La presa la presa elettrica sul muro, che di solito sta sul muro. I don't know in your home where it is. So, looking at the computer cable and at the wall socket, verifying. Now, this is your action. First looking at the computer cable and at the wall socket. Then verifying that the computer is unplugged, and then plugging it, and finally powering on your computer. Oh, what a success! I repeat, on the basis of your belief, on the basis of the belief you have got, you act in this way, looking at the computer cable and at the wall socket, verifying that the computer is unplugged, plugging it, and finally powering on your computer. Well, Peirce holds that the history of human knowledge and of human thinking is based on 4 types of belief, everyone corresponding to a different method to reach a belief. According to Peirce, there are 4 different types of belief, everyone corresponding to a different method to reach a belief, a different method of inquiry. So, okay, now we can do a pause. Okay, you can stand up. We make an exercise of respiration. So, with our shoulders, and inspiration, stretching. Also our legs up, your legs up, and then we can and now we can go on. I think what okay. Beatrice, yeah, you are a bad girl, a bad students. So now we can see the 4 types of belief, according to Peirce. The first type is tenacy. Tenacy. T-E-N-A-C-I-T-Y. Tenacy. It consists in sticking to a traditional belief. Sticking to a traditional belief. To stick means rimanere attaccati, abbarbicati to a traditional belief, i.e. in doing what has always been done. Sticking to a traditional belief means doing what has always been done. So this is the first type. The second type of belief is authority. Authority. It means following someone you deem infallible. Authority means following someone you deem reckon you think infallible. Sorry, I apologize. Then the third type is a priori. A priori. It consists in founding your inquiry on a belief. Founding your inquiry of a belief on abstract and unchangeable, immutable principles of human reason. A priori means founding your inquiry of a belief on abstract and unchangeable principles of human reason. Like Kant, do you remember Immanuel Kant? Okay, then the fourth and last type of belief is science. Science establishes that reality is discoverable, but also that in your inquiry you can achieve success, but fail as well. Science establishes that reality is discoverable, but also that in your inquiry you can achieve success, but fail as well. So you got this. So the four types of belief: tenacity, authority, a priori, and science. Okay, thank you very much, Georgia. So we can go on. Of course, according to Peirce, science is the best type of belief, the best method to reach a good belief. But Peirce argues science means fallibilism. In Italian, fallibilismo, no? From to fail, fallibilism. Science means fallibilism, i.e. awareness that a belief can be true and so useful, but also false and so useless. Fallibilism, no, science means fallibilism. Fallibilism means that a belief can be true and so useful, but also false and so useless. Simple, isn't it? I think so. Very simple. Therefore, the scientific method of searching, of searching truth sets up that you must always be ready to criticize and correct and possibly change your belief. Therefore, the scientific methods of searching of searching truth sets up that you must always be ready to criticize and correct and possibly change your belief. Okay, clear? I hope so. Then, in this sense, Peirce writes, we never can be absolutely sure, of anything. So, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. With Peirce's words, we never can be absolutely sure of anything. This is science. In this sentence, it's possible to find an echo of the ancient skepticism. I repeat, in this sentence, we never can be absolutely sure of anything. It's possible to find an echo, a link with an echo of the ancient skepticism. No, you surely remember that ancient skepticism maintained that we have to think about everything in a doubtful way. We have to doubt. So, in other words, we can say that Peirce's pragmatism is in part a moderate form of skepticism. Peirce's pragmatism is a moderate type of skepticism. Furthermore, Peirce's pragmatism includes also semiology, the science of science. Relating to this aspect, it's important to say that Peirce was also at least one of the main founders of contemporary semiology, the science of science, science, which is the link between pragmatism and semiology. According to Peirce, we don't know objects, but only science. We think only in science. Peirce writes, we think only in science. This means that our knowledge of reality is made by language. Our knowledge of reality is made by language. But also this means that what we call thing, just a moment, what we call thing is only a substrate means sostrato, sostegno, substrate of science. So I stop and I answer to the question asked by Yari. Not symbology, no, semiology, 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 the science of science. In Italian language, semiologia, la scienza dei segni. Semiologia, o c'è anche il sinonimo, semiotica. Ok, Yari, so we can go on. So this is a very interesting conception of things, of the objects of our knowledge. Now, the things, the objects of our knowledge that we know are a set of science, are only mere substrates of science. Okay, everything is a set of science. In other words, the objective reality, I don't understand why we can just see signs of things and not things themselves. Okay, good question. Because according to Peirce, when we see a book, we see the sign book, the word book. We think the word book, the concept of book. We cannot know what there is behind the word, the sign book, and behind our concept of book, behind the color green and our concept of green. We can know, we can think only by science and only in science, in the science. So, okay, I completely understand. Thanks. Okay. In other words, the objective reality is a set of science and scientific knowledge consists of interpreting science. No? In this way, according to Peirce, the scientific knowledge consists in interpreting science. No, the science, the world is a set of science, a great set of science. On the basis of this conception of reality, Peirce arrives to maintain the equation of reality, experience, and knowledge. No? This equation, reality, is equal to experience and to knowledge. This means that naturally human knowledge will arrive in the future to coincidere with reality, since fundamentally reality and knowledge are the same thing, are identical. I repeat, this means that naturally human knowledge will arrive in the future to coincide with reality, since fundamentally reality and knowledge are the same thing, are identical. In this conception, we can find a little bit of idealism, and so we can conclude that for the moment, only for the moment, that Peirce's pragmatism is also a form of eclecticism. No? Why? Do you remember what is eclecticism? No? A philosophy based on many different philosophical theses of different philosophers, Plato, Aristotle, and others. No, eclecticism. So Peirce puts together. We saw puts together a little bit of skepticism, but also a little bit of Kantian criticism, and also a little bit of idealism. So Peirce's philosophy is a kind of eclecticism, according to me. So the last part. However, to finish our study of Peirce's philosophy, we have to say something about the very important contribution Peirce gave to logics. So now, Peirce's logics. Do you remember that Peirce was also a great logic? So now his logics. This is important, for Peirce elaborated a new kind of inference or reasoning, a new type of reasoning. that he called abduction. Abduction. A-B-U-C-T-I-O-N. Abduction. Abduzione. Abduction, in Italian language, abduzione. Abduzione. And proposed it as an alternative and to deduction. Deduzione. So, abduction, according to Peirce, is a type of reasoning better than induction and also deduction. Pay attention. Peirce makes these three examples. So, first example of deduction. Right. All the beans from this bag are white. All the beans, fagioli, all the beans from this bag are white. Second, these beans are from this bag. These beans are from this bag. Conclusion. 3. Conclusion. These beans are white. I repeat the entire reasoning, the entire deduction. All the beans from this bag are white. These beans are from this bag. These beans are white. Now the second example, an example of induction, always done by Peirce. Attention, pay attention. First, these beans are from these bags. Second, these beans are white. Third, these beans are from this bag. These beans are from this bag. I repeat the second example, the example of induction, inductive reasoning. All the beans from this bag are white. These beans, sorry. These beans are from these bags. Sorry, I was wrong. The example of I apologize. The example of induction is first, these beans are from these bags. Second, these beans are white. Third, all the beans from this bag are white. Okay? I repeat, these beans are from these bags. These beans are white. All the beans from this bag are white. Okay? Now, finally, abduction, the example of abduction. First, all the beans from this bag are white. Second, these beans are white. Third, these beans are from this bag. So, I repeat, abduction. All the beans from this bag are white. These beans are white. These beans are from this bag. This is abduction. Abduction. Peirce then explains abduction in this way. Pay attention as well. Again, pay attention again. To this definition of abduction. Beatrice, the third example. The third example of the example of abduction is all the beans from this bag are white. These beans are white. These beans are from this bag. But furthermore, Peirce explains abduction also by this definition, but by this reasoning, this example of reasoning. One, the surprising fact C grande, I don't remember. The surprising fact C is observed. If second, if A were true, if A maiuscolo, if A were true, C would be a matter of course. C would be a matter of course. Una cosa da nulla. Hence, there is a reason to guess that A is true. I repeat. The surprising fact C is observed. If A were true, C would be a matter of course. Hence, there is a reason to guess that A is true. So, we are at the end, almost at the end. Peirce claims that induction seeks facts to test a hypothesis. Induction seeks facts to find facts to test. Induction looks for facts to test a hypothesis, whereas abduction seeks or looks for a hypothesis to account for facts. Anyway, Peirce adds and stresses that abduction merely suggests that something may be. It doesn't establish that something can be only so and not otherwise. Abduction suggests, doesn't establish that something can be only so and not otherwise. Hence, abduction is the kind of reasoning more suitable for pragmatism, insofar as pragmatism means fallibilism. The end. Yes. Hence, abduction is the kind of reasoning more suitable for pragmatism in so far as pragmatism means fallibilism. Okay. If you haven't some question, we can finish this English pajamas lesson about Charles Sanders Peirce. this lesson hour is finished. So I close the connection, and then I open the new connection for the history pyjama lesson. You have we have 5 minutes for relaxing ourselves. Later.